When you're starting out as a web designer or any online business, the hardest thing by far is to land your first couple of clients. A lot of you are sending hundreds of Instagram DMs, cold emails, or doing cold calls, and you can't even sell a free website. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And that's why in this video, if you're still struggling to land your first couple of clients, then I'm going to show you 3 methods on how you can get clients with ease. And these 3 methods are actually how I got my first couple of web design clients and how most of my students have gotten their first clients, such as Tyler, Carlos, and many more who are now working on their 3rd and 4th projects. And these weren't free clients, by the way. All of my first web design clients were multi-$1,000 projects. So you don't need to worry about having to sell websites for free. You can still make a lot of money even when you're just starting out. Now, one factor that is quite important is a portfolio, and I will be going over how to create the perfect portfolio at the end of the video, because I know a lot of you are now thinking, well, how do I create a portfolio if I don't have any client work to show? But again, I'll show that at the end of the video. So overall, there is one main reason why so many of you are struggling to land your first web design client and why these 3 methods are perfect as a beginner, and that is trust. People and businesses don't want to give you money or even get a free website from you, not because your services are bad, but because they don't trust you. And why would they? You're a stranger trying to sell them on the phone, via email, DM saying, I'm a web designer and I can create a new website for you. Why will they trust you if you can't show past client work and results, or if you're not giving any free value to them? And so the best way to overcome that is working with people who already trust you, and that is friends and family. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, I would have already thought about that, or I've tried it, but hear me out, because I know a lot of you haven't either done it because you're either too scared or nervous or embarrassed to tell your friends or ask your family, or you don't think it works because you're probably going to say, well, my friends or family don't own any businesses, so how can they help me get a client? Well, here's a secret. Your friends and family actually know other people. Hopefully, probably. And they trust you. Again, hopefully. If they don't trust you, then you probably shouldn't be trying to sell services to random strangers or businesses online anyway, but that's another issue. But your friends and family have other friends or know other people who could need your services. So even if none of your friends or family members own a business or directly need a website, your Uncle John might have a neighbor who owns his own restoration business, or your friend Sammy, his dad might own a local bakery, or your mother's yoga teacher wants to expand his or her business and they now need a new website, or they need a redesign, or need some help with setting up their social media or SEO or landing pages, etc., etc. And again, because your family or friends hopefully trust you, it's a lot easier to convey that trust with a person that already trusts a person, if that makes sense. So because your friends and family trust you, it's a lot easier for somebody else to trust you because they are friends with somebody who trusts you. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah. Now, number 2 is how I got my first ever client, and that is local businesses. And for this, there are 2 options. First, it's literally just going to local businesses in person. So in your local area, if you have a lot of businesses in your local area, or maybe in your local city, literally just go to 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe even 100 businesses over the weekend or over a couple of days and pitch your services. Because guess what? It's a lot harder to say no or to throw somebody out of their store compared to just saying no on the phone and hanging up, or not even looking at a message request on the phone. And it comes back to trust. Because you're in person, the business owner can actually see you, speak to you, get to know you a bit more, and so they're going to trust you 10 times more than some random number that is phoning them on a Friday afternoon. And going in person actually builds up your self-esteem and your in-person sales skills, which is honestly just always a plus. And the second option is companies and professionals that you've bought from yourself. Because once you pay somebody, they automatically trust you that little bit more because you're trusting them, right? So trust goes both ways. Because you trust them with their knowledge, with their service, with their food maybe, or their product, they trust you back. And so that already builds that trust gap slightly. And so because of that, they are going to trust you with their money just a little bit more. So as an example, I once bought a custom steering wheel for my car. And when I went to the company in person, I picked this up. I asked them, hey, do you need any ads or advertising services? You know, you make amazing products. Can you use more clients? And they said no. But then they said, we actually need a website. And they asked me if I can build a website for them. And I said, sure. And that's pretty much how I got that client. That was my second ever client after my first client, which you can see the story about here. A second example is a plumber who came to us, and at the end of his shift, I noticed that his website was not optimized or responsive for the phone, for mobile. And it was 13 years old, right? So very, very old design. And I mentioned this to him, saying that he could possibly be leaving a lot of money on the table because a lot of people in the local area aren't finding him on Google or can't actually contact him because of his outdated and non-responsive website. Initially, he said, that's fine. I get all of my clients through word of mouth. But then a couple weeks later, he then messaged me and said, well, here's a text message. Hi, Patrick, name here. You up for redoing my website and or making it mobile friendly? Thanks, right? Very quick to the point. Then I said, sure, sounds good. We could do a one page or we could do a complete website. And then from him going, I don't need a website. I get all of my clients word of mouth. He then said, what do you recommend? You're younger and more knowledgeable. I want something good, the best actually. And so from, going from being a skeptic to wanting a complete website is just the power of telling everybody that you know about what you do. And again, it's because we were using the services. I bought a product from that person. I gave them money. They trust me a little bit more. And so therefore, or because I trust them, they're going to trust me with my services and with their money. And as a bonus tip, on one of our recent school coaching calls, a student of ours or student of mine actually gave an awesome tip of having a QR code. So a link to your website, a link to your portfolio on your phone as a wallpaper background. And you guys can actually scan this right now and see where this takes you. Little surprise. There we go. If you want a link to the website, to the generator that I use to generate this free QR code, send me the word code on Instagram at Patrick Spiegel, and I will send you that link there. Now, I do just want to mention, if you want to get one-on-one support directly from me, I do have a school program. Link is down below. You get free Go High Level with done for you automations, and the next couple of people get a free one-on-one onboarding call with myself. Now, these spots are going to be taken up very quickly over the next couple of days. You also get all of my DM scripts on Instagram. We have a complete cold email training, an hour long with follow-ups, what scripts to write, example Loom videos, sales scripts, resources like contracts, and also an ad expert. So if you want to run ads for a web agency, you can work with somebody directly in our team. And 2 weekly group coaching calls where we have a lot of fun. Honestly, they're super fun. But also we go over a ton of amazing topics such as SEO, cold calling, what scripts to use, what offers to do. So if you need any help with your niche, with your DM scripts, with outreach, with cold calling, with creating your offer, join down below. Again, you get a free one-on-one onboarding call if you join in the next couple of days. And if you miss it, you still get direct access to me. And of course, you can ask any questions in the school group or in the group coaching calls where I will help you directly. Plus, of course, you are surrounded by amazing web designers, developers, agency owners who are, either of the same level as you or are a lot further down the line who are running, multi-$1,000 per month agencies. Again, link is down below and I can't wait to see you there. Now, next up, we have networking events. And networking events aren't just great for finding potential clients, but they're also amazing for building business relationships. Now, this can be a partnership, for example, or you can also find an agency to work with or work for. Most of you want to start your own business or agency, and that's fine. That's great. However, sometimes the smart thing to do is to actually learn from somebody who is a lot further along in their journey than you are. And so this might be working for an agency or working for somebody who is, again, already making $50,000, $100,000 per month, and you shadow them or you help them with a couple of systems and processes, and you do that for 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years. You're going to learn so much in that time period, make some money, and then you can always start your own business afterwards. And again, bring your QR code, right? This is an awesome tool. Thanks again to that member in the school community for this suggestion, and bring it. Again, network with everybody. This doesn't mean that you have to pitch to everybody, right? You don't go up to everybody and say, hey, can I build your website? Or I'm a web designer. Can I help you with your business? Or, do you know any clients that could need my services? Don't do that. Literally try and have conversations, build connections, mention what you do, but not in a trying to take mentality, but in a giving mentality. Actually want to help their business because they might be an agency offering marketing services or photography services, and they are looking for a web designer or developer to help them with that offer. And so I had a recent experience with that myself, where a copywriter was looking for a web designer to offer a complete website package. And we are now in talks because of that. For those of you not sure where to find networking events in your area, you can use websites like Eventbrite or meetup.com, or you can just Google networking events near me or business meetups or business events near me. Be creative, try and figure it out, right? It's not that hard. And again, tying everything up together with trust, because you are at networking events, you're in person, you're going to build that trust a lot more because once again, the person can see you, they can get to know you a bit more, they will trust you inherently a lot more compared to somebody who is just a phone number or a text message, basically just pixels on a screen. Now, with that being said, earlier I mentioned the importance of having a portfolio even when you don't have past clients. And so what I personally did and what I would highly recommend you do is literally just create 3 to 5 example designs. It's even better if you have a niche, right? If you create niched designs. And these can be an example landing page for a roofing company, a service page for a plumbing company, and a contact page for a solar business. And I will develop one website so they can see that you can actually develop and build a website if that's part of your service, of course. And in my opinion, I think this should be your portfolio website. You know, if you can build your portfolio plus have example designs amongst other things, and I'll go into that in a second, that again is going to build that trust because they can see that you can actually do and provide the services that you are offering and promising. And I would do this with a web builder of your choice. My personal favorite is Webflow. Again, link to that is also in the description. It's super easy to use and you actually can host your website for free. So you can build a completely free landing page hosted with a Webflow domain. And I believe you can also build another website. So you can have 3 to 5 example designs, your own portfolio developed and hosted. And if you want to develop one more website, let's just say the landing page for the roofing company, then you can do that. And then you can send that as an example to a roofing company, for example, that is interested in your services. For the rest of your portfolio site, I would include, of course, contact information like a Calendly link, email, social media accounts. Again, posting as a web designer is super important and is the top 1% way of differentiating yourself from all the other web designers out there and landing more clients passively, so getting them to come to you. And then also your skills, and more importantly, what problems your customers are facing and how you help solve them. Because if you can directly talk to your clients about the issues they are facing and how you and your services are going to help them with that, that is how you build that connection between clients being unhappy, not knowing what to do, and finding your services and wanting to contact you because you are giving them a blueprint and you're showing them the results or potential results that you can generate for them, for their pain points, for their issues, right? Build that emotional connection. That is where the selling is done. Something super important that I see a lot of you forget is when you get clients, when you've gotten your first couple of clients, even if they are, very low amounts of money, make sure to get reviews and testimonials. Even better would be a video testimonial, a video review. Post that onto your portfolio website, post that onto your social media accounts. And if you need a website to get your reviews and get your testimonials, that's Senja. Again, link is down below. It's an amazing review website that I personally use myself. And it's one way to stand out from your competitors and build that trust with future clients. Now, the next 3 steps to scale your business and get to that $10,000 per month mark or $50,000 or $100,000 per mark are 3 things. Number 1, that's partnerships and referrals. Ask all of your clients for a referral, after a month or after a week, or even directly after the website is done. After you've done an amazing job, ask if they would know 3 people that could benefit from your services, or if they would know somebody who, could need a new website or who needs help with their website. And you can also offer them a commission, right? In addition, you get 10 or 15% of the project value for lifetime, right? So whatever customer you bring to us as a referral, you will get commission. And so therefore they have an incentive to bring more customers to you. And then partnerships is what I mentioned earlier, working together with other professionals. So finding a copywriter, for example, that is looking for a web designer to offer an additional service, or going to a marketing company, a marketing agency, and asking if they want to build a partnership. If you bring them clients, you'll get money. And in addition, they can bring you clients. That's a win-win scenario. Then outreach, cold DMing, cold calling, cold emailing. Again, in our school, we have my DM scripts for Instagram, Facebook, also where to find leads and how to find people to do the work for you, right? Using a VA, virtual assistant. For cold email, we have a complete training and a complete hour with scripts, Loom video examples, and more. And we're also going to be adding some cold calling content in the future as well. And finally, we come to content, which is one of the easiest ways to stand out and get inbound clients, because guess what? 99.9% of web designers aren't creating content at all, not on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And that's going to be one of the main focuses going forward in our school. We actually have a lot of our students now creating content, which is awesome to see. It really makes me happy to see other people creating content, and will hopefully start to get inbound clients from that. I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, let me know down below, and a like and subscribe will be very much appreciated. And remember to maximize your luck. Bye.